cool tam ilunu dees were mead. Welcome one and all to the #1 holiday destination for grey langers this side of the passionate swamp. Here, with all the knick-knacks they can knack-nick, snick-snacks they can snag-snick, and brick-bracks they can brack-prick. What is this?
I wrote that bit.
Well, I ran out of rhymes. It's a script for a YouTube episode. It doesn't need to rhyme.
I like it. It sounds multifaceted and fancy.
What? Brick-bracks? Brack isn't even a word.
Yes, it is. Brick-bracks is what rock trolls get when they drink cement.
How on my dimension of destiny is that multifaceted or fancy?
It comes out looking like a Fabergé egg.
Well, I did ask. The future fortress that we all call the Hollow Throne. And we're currently here, floating above the sensually sophisticated sandwich. Wait, no, that's crossed out. Submarine? Substantial. Sensually sophisticated substantial. Yeah, because it's a sort of sexy underground strat of a fortress filled with a creme de la creme of dwarven society. Or it will be, you know? Substantial doesn't mean... No, forget it. The dwarves are running around, dealing with the daily needs of the burgeoning new fort, and with that absolutely stellar introduction done, we can begin. And it's with a surprise visit from the Knife Ears, following May Ye Metalbud as he walks his horse in. Why the horse is carrying all the things when he has a perfectly working back, I don't know, but everybody knows that elves are hypocrites. Oh, and no time to get the vegan spread out. Rimtar Barwhip, spouse to Edem Clinchfloor, and mummy to Moses Walkrag, her kid, has gone into a strange mood. She's a novice weaver, herbalist, and stonecrafter, and she's claimed a crafts dwarf workshop, so I'm expecting a wicker trunk for the mortar and pestle set that we don't have, or a mug with a goat on it. Though she is something of a helmet snake in the cave moss, so maybe she'll surprise us. We'll leave her to it. And back to these damnable elves. Everybody bring up the bilberry-filled rock pots and any prepared meals untainted by animal flesh. My one piece of happiness here is how jumpy the lanky sods are going to be when they hear Olin speak. And just as we're preparing to actually trade, once the elves could be coaxed from behind their horses, Rimtar completed her artifact, and it's a crown! Asses stuck on Ethzast Arbost, which translates to Ethzast being a very lucky boy indeed. Snodford!
I don't get it.
Luckily, I've picked up enough Dwarvish now to know it actually means flash squash the insensitive deification. Cucumber cum cuba. It's a statement of political intent on Rimtar's part, she being the failed party at the mayoral elections in tin prices some years ago. Caught as she was in a scandal involving 3 dwarven suitors and an amusingly shaped pumpkin. Let's just say the things written about her on the walls of the tavern bathrooms were distasteful in more sense than just the obvious. Dwarves read with their tongues. Oh damn, we've angered the elves somehow. I see your low race, is that a height joke? Still revels in death. That poor gentle creature. What are you talking about? Carrot plant, plump helmet, turnip plant, cavefish. Cavefish? That's not a bloody animal. They're one step, fin flap, away from being edible driftwood. They haven't even got eyes. Oh, I despair for your race, Nicolo. Fine, get out of my trade depot. Leaving those leaf-licking branch fanciers behind, we see Rimtar in the dormitory of the Saffron of Inking. where she has begun to tell the full tale of her escapades as mayoral frontrunner in all their juicy glory. Look at the others, stood with rapt attention. What say we take a listen in? And it wasn't a pumpkin, it was a courgette. Blimey, I know. I'll never look a vegetable in the face again. Courgette's a fruit. Damn, spent too long waffling and we missed the whole story. I'd relay it here now, but Snod and Gainsborough wrote the script today and they don't know it. Moving on. Oh, though not that far apparently. What's all this? Well, I thought it might be nice to take a look at Rimtar's personality. So you wrote it all down? Well, yeah. How else were you not to read it? This is like when I asked you to water my plants. To be fair, that was Graham's fault.
What? They floated?
Yes, straight out the door and down the street. Just pause if you want a deep dive into Rimtar's mind. Oh, good me, those thieving little monkeys have taken Raggy Bal. That says Rage Ball. Oh, stop it! Why, on my dimension of destiny, would the dwarves just leave our precious, existing, artifacts out where any sneaky simian can snatch it? Well, the loincloth liberator is gone, but we can still beat his brethren into bloody pulps. Go, my dwarves! Following this little sneaker and, oof! Then this 15-year-old gets burst like the Tooth Fairy's birthday piñata. Gruesome. Before we turn to see that we've only gone and caught one of the hairy burglars in a cage trap. Ha ha! Take that, you marauding monkey menace! This male will sit here and think about what he's done until I can get the, what does that say?
Circus tent.
You mean the animal training area? Mind me, your handwriting is terrible, Gainsborough. Also, why did you handwrite this? Well, we delegated tasks, so I was dictating, and after the third broken keyboard and the unfortunate mangling of the typewriter, it seemed best to get out the crayons. Didn't think to swap the roles.
Snodford said he would make a better General Potato.
Not General, best not actually. Right. Well, we're going to be setting up an animal training area very soon, but until then... No, damn it all, they've taken the bloody crown now, too! It would appear it is time for the human caravans now, and for once I am glad that we have no babies at the fortress. For here comes Mathro, Youthful Taker. A name made all the worse when we translate it fully to Dead Youthful Taker.
Actually, what you took as the adjective Kethy should more accurately be translated as the noun, and therefore the conjugation on lenge, what you says is taker, is actually better represented by the human sekur, to create.
So, dead bait?
No!
Bee maker. You know, I'm starting to blame myself. Anyway, we best rustle something up to give to the humans. Just not... Shut up! Now, while we wait for the dwarves to drag goodies to the surface, we get to watch Godin Armorvolt go into a strange mood. Now, you'll all remember Godin as the one I accidentally mistook for Godin. And I shan't be doing that again. You see, I've sewn little name tags into their souls, so now when I look, I know that this one is Godin and not Godin. What you might not remember is that Godin here is an accomplished weaponsmith, being as she is from her famous smithing family. So, as she makes her way to the metalsmithing workshop with a handful of iron bars, I don't half get a little giddy. My me, you can't write me at all. Anyway, we'll give her time to work her magic, and I'll go deal with Mr. Babymaker.
Snodford!
Then she's created an iron mace. Oran Sheked, Rod Carnal. Oh, didn't have to do nothing. Don't be base. Carnal in this case just means relating to the physical, like a guttural war cry to stoke the hearts of dwarves. Well, I think both would do the trick. Anyway, it's a simple piece. Encircled with bands of grey langerbone, which is just delightful given their recent antics, it also menaces with spikes of iron, making this a morning star, which makes little difference but is interesting to note. Oh, and it's got an image of an artifact on it. Throat Trail, the admired builders.
What was it you was saying about which kind of colonel he was?
For any not in the know, this artifact silk shirt was created in Mirrorgleam, a fortress I created far to the frozen south for those dwarves on the dimension of destiny with undesirable traits.
They was all bonkers.
Yes.
How come he's allowed to say that stuff?
What?
No, Snodford.
Moving on from that, here you can see the whole fortress has turned out for the annual summer fruit picking. Yes, it's a month of scorchingly beautiful days beneath the boughs of our varied wild fruit trees that all dwarves, not currently inflicted with cavern sickness, can enjoy. Now I know what you're thinking, and yes, Snodford is single and also available for birthday parties. Why is this in here?
I am lonely and poor. Call me, ladies.
Me, that's sad.
Whoa, what a catch.
Thanks, Graham.
Back to the dwarves. I know what you're thinking, and no, I didn't just set everybody to plant gathering while the elves were here, then forget all about it, and now there's a queue for the single stepladder in the fort. How dare you? It's that time of year again. Time to welcome back everybody's favourite dwarf, Teenage Boys Room. Meaning, of course, ass smell, and I would be thoroughly against that Snodford joke were it not for its accuracy. Anyway, our outpost liaison is on her way down into the fortress to find Unib, which I will never understand, as if she were just to wait in the tavern, he'd find her eventually. Probably best we just skip to her finding him. Here we are. No, your eyes do not deceive you. Asmel is squatting over a bucket, watching Unib sleep. Oh, too uncomfortable were you, Asmel? Well, that makes two of us. I'm starting to think I missed a few miscreants when I set up Mirrorgleam, you know? Oh, not back to the bucket. No, he's awake and has bolted for the door. Not sure I blame him. But Asmel is in hot pursuit. For my own sanity, I'm going to chalk this one up to impatience and not look any deeper. We'll skip over trade requests. And skip on down to the entrance pyramid to show off the fact that we've completed all 4 cardinal ramps. And if we follow the western one, it snakes its way down into the first cavern lair, which you can see we've now tamed a large portion of. We've done this with 4 main walls. One to the north, with access airlock that I've not quite finished completing yet. That surely won't be forgotten about and cause issues later. Next is the western wall, which is actually technically 2 walls, with again access, though for some reason this time no plan for airlock. Must fix that. Then the eastern wall, with no access because most dwarves can't swim. And then a southern wall that I won't show yet because we got some interesting things due to happen down there that I don't yet wish to spoil. As you may have guessed, this is all going to be pasture, and more generally an animal-related area, where some of our most important guilds, including animal trainers, butchers and leatherworkers, will reside. I can't wait! Mebzath Mountainsack has gone into a strange mood, and because he's a competent carpenter, it looks like he's going to be making something out of wood. As it's all dwarves here, I don't know that what he's making will be of any use to anyone. Maybe a fancy crutch of some kind? Anyway, we'll afford him the same opportunity of any other strange mood dwarf and come back when he's done. And he's created a fungi wood chair he's named Teltan, the most tick. And that's tick as in what clocks do, not tick as in what do Lyme disease. It's a rather unusual piece, with a rounded cutout at the front, either side of where the dwarf's legs would dangle. It looks for all the world like a toilet seat, but it's well known dwarves excrete waste with sweat and tears. Perhaps it's to aid his back in some way, fix his posture. What are you laughing at?
It's for his mountain sack.
Oh, really? On to something more serious, and we've discovered this dwarven loot box of potential death sitting in our future pasture. I've asked our warriors, or peasants with attitude anyway, to gather around near it so they can all die together when the miners unleash the hellbeast. Here we go. And nothing. Well, that's a turnip for the Brooks. Gainsborough?
Yep.
Turn up for the books, perhaps?
No. Books don't eat turnips.
Right.
Like and subscribe, everyone.
If they've made it this far, they've either already done or are catatonic. Here we can see Ablail Covered Wires, who's gone into a strange mood. Now, he's a very rusty, talented gem setter, and, based on his choice to occupy the gem cutter's workshop, I think we can assume he'll be polishing citrines into a finished gem. Because of that, I feel we can cut away to check out what I've got the dwarves doing on the surface. Here you can see we've taken advantage of the surface pools having frozen and have dug them out, leaving large boulders of ice where they once were. Now, my plan is to have them dumped in a refuse pile to the south to thaw in the spring, but so far nobody is moving them, and now my morbid curiosity wants to just wait and see what happens. I'll keep you posted. Ablail's still polishing, so now we'll take a look at the cavern's southern wall that I teased earlier. Here it is, and to the west... no, Ablail's done. A perfect citrine. Gaikat Amud. Dabbler thundered. And he's claimed it in the name of his wife, which is adorable. It's a perfectly cut citrine gemstone which menaces with spikes of, citrine. It's not worth much, but you can't put a price on love, I suppose.
$9.45 a pair.
What? Love, not gloves. Clean your ears out, Graham.
Oh, sorry.
Back to the cavern's southern wall. To the west you can see what will be our main animal training area. For now it's a little cramped, but as with all other guild areas, we shall be adding onto it as time continues. For right now, it's just important to get spaces in place. It'd be round about now that I'd normally be winding things down, but the bloody langurs have done it again. One of the thieving little sods dipped its creepy little monkey mitts into the gem cutter's workshop and half-inched our now perfect citrine. That was a gift of love. Only one response to this. Get 'em, dwarves! And we'll follow Toulon as he kicks the langurs to death, seeing as he's put his artifact mace down somewhere. That better not get nicked too, Toulon. Right, that's enough of that nonsense. We got ourselves something from the traders this year that should see off any more simian sneak thieves. And here he is now. Yes, it's our new langur alarm. Roped to a stake near the workshop so we should see off any would-be robbers before they can get close. Now, I took the liberty of drawing him. Not exactly what I would have hoped to guard our precious items, but needs must. And his job title is Langur Alarm, but he needs a name, so drop ideas in the comments below. I like Killer, but as long as it's not Langur McAlarm Face, I'm easy. And that's going to be it for another episode. Didn't go too badly considering what I had to work with.
I resent that. We worked really hard.
Oh yes? And what's this a doodle of?
A duck in a top hat.
Right. Moving on. As usual, if you enjoyed yourself, then leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Apparently, these are the things that the YouTube algorithm feasts upon, and it's been going hungry for the last few months because John decided to try branching out.
I'm doing my best.
Quiet in the pit.
So yes, thank you all for watching. Look after yourselves, and we'll see you again next time. Anu Zeshon, you most wonderful of individuals. Anus!
It's Sean.
What are all these bits everywhere? Ah, Graham's been eating the crayons.
Don't taste bluey.
That crayon's red.
I'm colour a Gusick.
So how... Never mind.